same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 seas.
Good morning, my beautiful babies. Good morning. It's Friday. Yes, it's Friday. All right, beautiful babies. We're going to come here and make this short and sweet because we have a beautiful Easter weekend ahead of us this weekend. Don't y'all eat too many eggs and be pooting on everybody. Y'all know TT loves to have fun. Anyway, listen, guys. I want to come to you this weekend about dealing with pain. All of us, from time to time, have to deal with some type of pain. And I'm not talking about physical pain right now, of course. I am speaking of emotional pain. So I want to come to you guys this morning and talk about emotional pain and how to deal with it. Lately, I've had a lot of phone calls from people who seem to be going through some very tough moments right now. So I really wanted to take the time out this morning to give you guys some words of encouragement, something to take into the weekend with you, and hopefully it can give you a brighter weekend. All right, guys, listen, deal with pain. We all have it. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be with us for the rest of our lives. So let's talk about that. All right, sometimes we have pain from stress. We could be stressing out because our life isn't going the way we think it's supposed to be going. We could be stressing out because a relationship is not going the way it's supposed to be going. We could be stressing out because our money's funny. We could be stressing out because we ain't getting no honey. Whatever our stresses are, where the pain could be coming from, I want to come to you this morning and tell you how to deal with the pain, okay? How do we deal with the pain? We just understand that it's a part of life. And, one of the things that I learned that we do as human beings is we try to hide the losses in our lives. I had a conversation with a client this morning, and we talked about how no one ever talks about the L's, but we want to highlight the W's. We want to highlight the wins. We want to put on our social media pages all the amazing things we're doing. We want to sit on the phone and call our friends and tell them about all the great things that's happening, could happen, want to happen, should happen. But do we ever really sit down and discuss the L's? Do we ever sit down and discuss the disappointments that we face? Do we ever sit down with somebody and be honest about what we really feeling? Even if it's disappointment, hurt, heartbreak, whatever it is, do we ever really sit down and be honest with ourselves and other people and let people know what's really going on with us? I really think that's important in the world we live in today. I always talk about how many suicides we have going on and how many people are suffering in silence. And this is a way where we can put an end to the silent suffering. This is a way where we can step out of our comfort zone and start to reach out to the people closest to us. And this will also be a great barometer for who your real friends are around you. Because if you can't call someone and get the sympathy and the care that you need when you're feeling down, then that tells you a whole lot about your tribe. You better check everybody in it and decide if these are the people who you need around you when the going gets tough, because the tough will get going, okay? So we have pains that we deal with, and we want to not deal with it. We want to act like I'm not hurt. I didn't feel that. That doesn't bother me. I don't care if they left. I don't care if they don't call me. I don't care if they ain't speaking to me. When in actuality, we do care. We are affected by people's absences. We are affected by being separated, whether it's from our loved ones, from jobs, from communities, whatever it is that you're being separated from. Let's just face the truth and accept that sometimes that shit don't feel good. That sometimes that shit hurts. Let's just be real with that. Being real with yourself is the most powerful thing that you can do, is being real with you, not hiding who you are from anybody, not afraid to discuss the L's. The L's build character. The L's teach you lessons. The L's help you to close cycles that no longer serve you. Because when you keep losing in the same arena, then it's giving you the indication that you need to do something different. Losses come in life. People die. Things come and they go. And oftentimes these things don't feel good to us. We hurt. behind the things that we lose. We hurt behind people walking away from us. But this is a chance for you to stop and ask yourself, how much importance were you putting on you versus how much importance you were putting on the other person, place, or thing? Because no one walking away from your life should devastate you. The loss of anything should not devastate you other than death. Death can be devastating, and there ain't nothing we can do about that. Sudden death, especially death of our parents, death of our loved ones, death of our kids before we die. Death, sudden death, period, can be devastating. And I don't want to minimize that and try to act as though we should not be affected by sudden death, because death in itself is just very difficult for us to deal with because of its permanency. You know, in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, you will never get to have a connection with this loved one again. So I don't want to undermine the pain that death brings. Just wanted to point that out. However, when someone physically leaves our body who's still alive, the question that you need to ask yourself is, how valuable were you to that person to begin with? How much value could you have really brought to that person's life if they could so easily dismiss you and so easily get rid of you? You know, I often have readings with women who talk about being involved in entanglements, in third party situations and things like this. And I often ask them, why is it that you're okay with this man viewing you as an option? Like he can't decide if he loves you or if he loves the other person. He can't decide if you're the better mate or if the other person is the better mate. Who wants to be in that position? Who in their right mind would want to be in a position where the person who you love unconditionally has put you in a situation where they got to decide if you're the one? They got to decide if you're enough. They got to decide if you bring enough to the table, if you are wish fulfillment for them. Don't ever let anybody put you in that position. No one gets to decide your presence in their life. That is strictly your decision. That is strictly your decision. So the reason why we get into so much pain when romantic relationships walk away from us is because we've poured out our entire cup into that person's bucket. And when they won't do the same thing for us, we feel slighted. We feel left out. We feel unequally yoked. We feel like there's no equal give and take in these type of relationships, which therefore triggers us and causes us to have trauma and emotional pain. This type of pain, again, we want to ignore it. We want to sweep it under the carpet. We want to act like it don't exist because it is a very painful pain that we don't want to feel. But it is necessary for us to feel the pain and deal with it so that it doesn't become a future blockage in our life. You don't want to suppress the pain and act like it's not there just so that you ignore how you got yourself into this situation and set yourself up for a repeated situation. We want to break the cycles of breaking our own damn hearts. Okay, oftentimes when we have a heartbreak, it is because of the things we have allowed other people to do in our lives, the actions we've allowed others to continue to have in our lives. And my beg and my plea for you this morning is to take back your power. Realize who you are and realize that nothing and no one is more important than you are. Yes, we have pain. Yes, people disappoint us. But the thing we need to learn from that is, what did we do to contribute to the pain? How did we help break our own heart? That's the question we have to ask ourselves this morning. It always leads back to us, whether we want to hear that or not. It always leads back to something we ignored, something we let the other persons get away with. That while they was doing it, our intuition was telling us the whole time that these people needed to go, that these people were no good. They were toxic and no good for our lives, but yet we allowed them to continue to be in our energy. We talk about that all the time, the energy vampires who come around. But this morning is about pain and about dealing with it and not suppressing it and not feeling embarrassed to talk about it to other people and feeling like you can't express that you've been hurt and feeling like you can't acknowledge your hurt feelings. Okay, they need to be acknowledged because that is how we properly deal with them when we take heed to what is really going on and be honest with ourselves with what's happening. Okay, a lot of times we blame stuff on other people. Oh, I'm mad because da 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 da. We won't take responsibility, and it's so much easier to place the blame on other people, to talk about other people, to throw other people under the bus, to place the blame, to project our shit onto other people. We love doing that. But that isn't the proper way to deal with our pain. The proper way to deal with your pain, regardless of who's responsible of giving you the pain, you need to work on removing it and figuring out what you did to bring it in. But the biggest thing here today is to acknowledge your pain. Be real with yourself in your pain. Don't run from the pain. Don't act like you so strong that you can't be hurt, that you don't feel nothing, that you don't get hurt. This is how we end up so depressed that we want to end our lives because we don't tell people what's really going on with us. Yesterday, I posted a post on Facebook and I said that today was one of those days that the world could have back. And all these people start hitting me up in my DM. Are you okay? They start texting me and calling me. Are you okay? First of all, I truly appreciate that because sometimes that could have been a cry for help. That could have been someone emotionally disturbed, needing a hug, needing a shoulder to cry on, needing a voice of reason, someone to listen to them. That wasn't the case, however, for me. I was simply being transparent and being honest about how I was feeling that day. Every day ain't gonna be a sunshiny day. Every day ain't gonna be happy and where we walking around here feeling ourselves and walking in our power and feeling grateful and faithful. Every day is not going to be that way. So don't feel bad when you suffer an L. Don't feel bad when you don't feel like being bothered. Don't feel bad when you feel completely unnecessary some days. Don't feel bad about that. Embrace those days because they are very much a part of life, just like the good days. It's just like the rain is just as necessary as the sun. The pain is just as necessary as the happiness because without pain, there will never be any gain. So I'm just talking to you this morning about stop putting so much pressure on yourself to be so strong, to be able to handle so much. It's the strong ones that we don't worry about, and it's the strong ones that's suffering the most. I am a very strong person, and I know that I am overlooked a whole lot by my friends and family because everybody think I have it all together. Everybody thinks that I can handle everything, and for the most part, I can. But I am also very much a human being that does suffer from depression, that does suffer from feelings of low self-esteem some days, that does suffer from the feelings of lack and not being able to get through certain days. I have that just like everybody else. So all I want to say to you guys this morning is embrace that. Embrace the pain and ask yourself why you got into this, how you can prevent yourself from ever getting into this again. But most importantly, just like I tell y'all to check on your people, check on yourself. Check on yourself and say, self, how you doing today? Look at yourself straight dead in the mirror and have a full-blown conversation with yourself. It's a very powerful movement to do that. And I know we talk a lot on this channel about praying and meditating. This week, I want you to get a better relation. This weekend, I want you to take some time to massage your relationship with your higher power. Okay? Speak to him about the things that maybe you broke your own heart on. Speak to him about the things that may be still paining you so that you can work through those things and get them out your way. Now, I'm your tease coach, and I love bringing you these messages. Friday. Yes, it's Friday. And it's also Easter Sunday weekend, so I want you guys to go out there and get beautiful, eat lots of food, spend some time with your family, your loved ones. Remember what's important. Take some time off the grid. Get out of the everyday hustle and bustle of society and life and just do some country living. Take off your shoes and walk through the grass this weekend. While you're hunting for your eggs, spend some time with nature, okay? This is your morning motivation with your favorite coach, Sherri Hill. You are my favorite morning team. I love spending my mornings with you. I love y'all. And you know it ain't nothing you can do about it. So until Monday morning, until the next time, I love you and I hope you have an amazing weekend.